dog in your life is thinking? Well, join me, Liz Murdoch, animal communicator, talking with the dogs and finding out what dogs want people in their lives to know and understand. I've spent my life talking and listening to animals. So if you consider yourself a dog person or just happen to have a dog, I'm here to help you learn how to talk or listen to the dogs in your life. I chat with people too, sharing stories and tips on exactly how animal communication or being a dog whisperer makes an impact at home or when working with the dogs. So welcome to Talking with the Dogs podcast, a place where we uncover exactly what dogs want us to know and celebrate that every dog has a story. Hi, I'm Liz Murdoch. Today on Talking with the Dogs, we have Megan and Matt Meyer. They are the proud founders of Cool Treats for Dogs, frozen dog treats that treat your dog's gut health and makes it a happier life for you and your dog. We are also going to talk with their own dogs, Bear and Rat, and find out what they want Megan and Matt to know, and maybe even you. So join me in welcoming Megan and Matt Myers of Cool Treats for Dogs.
It's just a wholesome, simple treat, and dogs just go crazy for it.
Sample for your dog?
Yes, please. Thank you.
We got frozen yogurt for dogs. This is real ingredients, all natural, non-fat yogurt. You could totally eat it yourselves.
It's so good for their digestive system, it's good for immunity, and it can even help with doggy breath if it's given regularly.
Of course, dogs love bacon and peanut butter. Delicious. I love the bear and the rat. The bear and the rat.
So we're going to get started. Megan, Matt, are you ready?
We can't
We're ready.
wait.
Perfect. So the rat, Leica, you are going to go first, if you don't mind. In a way, it's like you work for the candy store because they're making treats. Can you tell us some of your favorite things, whether about the treats in the business or just your life that the audience might want to know? What are your favorite things? The rat is saying, I don't get his treats as often as you might think. You're laughing. Is that
That's
true?
totally true.
Yes, it's not like living with a candy maker who you get candy every night for dinner.
That is absolutely true.
It is true.
Oh my gosh. Way to tell everyone, Rat.
Okay, so not to, I understand you're in the business of healthy guts for dogs. And
That's right.
so I would like not to get you guys in trouble for not giving your dog treats every day, but that was the first thing that the rat said. I don't get them as much as I might like. Why is that? And the reason I want to know is if people are buying your treats, and for those of you already who are interested, they are available at Whole Foods and a lot of great places for good dog treats. Why can't a dog have a treat every day?
Well, they could. I mean, actually, it is, we put really amazing stuff in it, clean ingredients, and also there's one serving of prebiotics and digestive enzymes.
Yeah.
My guess is the reason he said that is when we started the company, we used to make it all by hand, and we were in the production facility 14 hours a day, and you would get it all the time then, but now we actually make them in an ice cream facility all the way in New Jersey. We live in Colorado.
Oh, wow.
And so we have to go to the store like everybody else and buy them.
Oh my God.
And
We used to actually have them in a storage facility
Yeah.
that I would bring home and, take whenever I needed
He got
them.
them whenever he wanted them.
yeah,
And since we switched production to New Jersey, it's not like that anymore. So it's more to like, oh, when we go to the store. And also, I think, it's interesting because maybe it's my own fault, but I used to think that he didn't enjoy them as much on the cold days because he's so short-haired. So like that's the thing, doesn't really enjoy the cold weather. So I used to think like after he'd have a froyo, he'd kind of shake a little bit, and I was like, well, maybe that he doesn't enjoy having an ice cream.
So here is product research for you, because he's saying, well, they're still good when they melt. So he's pushing back.
Hilarious.
Your eyes just went wide, Matt.
So that's 100% truthful because
he lets his melt.
He does not. So when the bear was alive, the bear immediately to the cup, wouldn't hesitate, like does like his thawed. A good 5 to 10 minutes. He will not. He looks at it and he's kind of like, nope, I'll wait. So, wow.
That's amazing and hilarious.
So yeah, and I think though, he's like very serious about this because he's seen you grow this business. He's like, you could market this, like let them thaw. That it's a frozen dog treat, but they're also good at room temperature for dogs that don't want something too cold. He's totally serious.
I mean, he's staring at me right now and it's kind of freaky. So I am writing it down, Rat.
Yeah. I mean, this is a whole new frontier for you guys.
The fact that he's actually staring at Megan too is really intuitive because he knows that she's the one who's going to follow through.
Listen, he is staring. I mean, for those of you listening to the podcast, this will be available on video, but he is staring at her as she writes down notes, and he wants Megan and it's not the marketers, he's putting this out, the people who write the words, it's like to let people know that frozen dog treats are just as good for some dogs, and they even prefer them when they're at room temperature. He's like, you got that, Megan? He's just staring at her as she writes this down.
I got it, Rat. Look, I got it.
Okay. So cool treats for dogs, good at room temperature too. Interesting.
Wow.
Okay. He also has to say that he prefers certain flavors. There's one flavor that is stronger for him than the others, that he has a favorite flavor. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so he shows he walks away. And so he wants people to know that if your dog is picky because of scents and they have fine taste, that if you buy a package of one and the dog doesn't eat it, it's just because it's sensitive to that. It's like the smell. And it wants a different flavor.
Wow,
He's still staring at you to get that down too.
Oh my gosh, Rat, this is amazing.
Rat, yeah, it's amazing for me too, because dogs usually look at me on the camera on a Zoom call, and he's not looking at me. He is looking at Megan while she writes this stuff down.
I love
that. Okay, so he was a big fan of the company because his life is changed when he likes that you have this business. He says he's benefited from this. So how have you benefited, Rat? Oh, he's very proud of you. He likes the attention. He likes that. And I don't know much about your business other than you have, the obvious, but the backstory. But he says that he loves how it's like a flower that's burst open. Is what he's showing me.
Oh, that's so true. We struggled for years and years and years to make this product. We've been doing it for 11 years, and we finally got a partner who could help us automate. And ever since that happened, we became profitable, and things have been, that's
it's a flower that's opened up, and he knows that, and he's proud of you. He's very proud of you both. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's like, there's been something good in it for me. He's also says though, because you have more time, he's showing me this pathway where you go for a walk, and he likes that there's more time for the walks, that as much as he likes the treats, he likes the outside nature walks. Yeah, he just gave Megan a kiss.
That is awesome.
But he's showing me that more than the treat, it's that walk outside that means more to him than the treat, actually.
Yeah, we used to be really, really busy. And I think
You have more walks.
We definitely have more time than we did. That's for sure.
It's the outside walks. He's clarifying too, because I know I have 3 dogs. We can say, I'm going to take my dog for a walk and we're in a hurry. So we take our dog to the stop sign and back kind of thing. Many of us do that. I've seen my neighbors do it where it's like, I'm rushed. I'm going to take the dog out and it's there and back. But as our schedules change and we are more organized, you have a partner and you're able to afford that probably too. Taking on a partner is a big deal in a business. But as your business has blossomed, the Rat is showing me these leisurely walks where he can go further like and sniff. And it's all relaxed and he loves that. He likes that more than anything. The time when you're just,
he does love taking
it's like
his
a
time
deep breath
too.
Yeah, he doesn't like it when I hurry him along. That is true.
Yeah, because he has to sniff. And maybe that's why he didn't care for one of the flavors as much as another.
Yeah.
Because he's got a sensitive, I don't know, taste. Do you have taste buds?
Interesting, Rat. Okay.
The more anybody knows about their dog's favorite things, the more we can give them their favorite things as appropriate and connect. And when the dogs know that we know you like, frozen treat number 2 the best, and I'm going to give it to you, they're going to trust you that you're going to give them everything else that they need and prefer, and then they connect more. Okay, so Rat says that was a lot for the 2 of you. Interesting. Okay, so he wants the 2 of you to let that process and we can move along. Okay, so we're going to take a break from Rat. That's fine. I would like to know from either one of you about your business, about the flavors, why a cool treat for a dog?
Well, when Matt was 8 years old, he would go to the scoop shop with his family and their mini poodle Babette.
Okay.
It was in the 80s and dogs were treated much differently, but his family was very, very dog centric. And so every week their dog would get a scoop of vanilla and would never tolerate it, would always throw it up.
Yes.
And so
we take her back every week.
Oh, because it was hilarious. And Matt had 3 other siblings and it was just fun. And so then when we were on our honeymoon, I was talking about how I wanted to start a business and Matt was like, well, I have this idea.
Oh my God.
But I don't know if it's dumb or not. And so he tells me, and then like 6 months later, I went to an entrepreneur conference in New York City. And I heard that there was now ways to get money. This was the Twitter founder. He started this credit card app. It was Square, where you used to coffee shop and stuff. And I was like, oh, well, maybe we could make the dog treats and we could sell them to people at dog parks. And so that was back in 2010. And we looked around the market and we saw that there was a big company that didn't make a good version of a frozen dog treat. And we thought, well, we can make a good, healthy version, clean version that's good for dogs. So that's what we did. But it's been a really long road for us. I mean, we spent years bootstrapping. We were on Shark Tank in 2012, but it was early still. I mean, we still bootstrapped for another couple of years. There was a time where we thought we were going to go out of business because we couldn't produce the product at scale. So it's been a very, very uncertain, long road for us. And we have had really amazing success the last couple of years. And we are launching a new line, and that's amazing. And I mean, we've gotten the company to a stable point. And I think that was kind of Rat, his favorite flavor is banana, not bacon like everyone. All the other dogs love bacon. I mean, it's our number one.
I feel them. It doesn't get past his tongue.
It's clear. I mean, he loves the banana.
Yeah, but that's interesting because you've got something for the discerning taste.
We do, yeah. And we have goat milk frozen yogurt as well. So, which is even more healthy for dogs. So
yes, yeah, I have dogs that had ear infection, and I was told goat milk, and I did notice a difference. So is that why you have goat milk?
Yes, it's just one level up, and we sell it only to independent pet stores as a way. Independent pet stores really have supported us along this journey, but now that we're getting into more bigger stores, we wanted to have something exclusive to them. So that's why, yeah.
Okay, so what else? Rat, do you want to say anything else about the business that she's left out? Oh, okay. So Barley does. So, okay, well, that's really nice of the Rat to share the stage. Oh, he says that he's like the two of you who take turns doing things.
That's very kind of you, Rat.
Yeah, so here's Barley. Barley is, you know, in your bios and all, you talk mostly about bear and the rat, and the bear has passed on.
Yes.
But is like, you know, looking over the business and in there in spirit. And yet Barley is about to make a debut.
He is.
Well, he's sort of a newer member of the family, right?
He is, yeah.
But he hasn't had as much publicity, but he's tied to the new line.
Yes. So we are launching a new line. It'll be a shelf-stable line of treats.
Okay.
And so they won't be frozen.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so hold on a second. Rat is interrupting to say that they can be frozen.
Oh.
That I guess there's something that people who do the frozen feeding and crush their food and freeze it in the Kongs and all.
Yes.
It's like they can be used frozen. People can use it. Don't overlook that as a sales tool.
I never would have thought Rat was so savvy.
I don't know how he knows that, but there you have it. So yes, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I wanted to share. I got a little bling from Rat that whatever's coming that has a shelf life can also be used for those creative types in their frozen feeding. He seems
love it. I love it, Rat. Thank you.
Megan, do you want to say anything more about it?
Well, we're in the middle of testing it, but we're fairly far along. We're finalizing graphics, and I think that Barley's pretty excited about it because he is a huge Bear and Rat Cool Treats for Dogs fan. I have to say, like, there are dogs who love our product, and there are dogs who go crazy.
So Barley's tongue comes out a lot. He's like, I love it all. Is that what he does? He's like slurps it up. He'll take it all.
He tries to take Rats sometimes,
He's really greedy.
Yeah, so I purposely don't go through people's Instagrams before I talk to their dogs. But I get this vision of him and his tongue, and you could do some maybe reels of him. It feels like there's a lot of activity, huh, Barley, with the treats and your tongue.
Love it.
Wow, Barley's enthusiastic. So I get this feeling like I love it here.
We've never had a dog that has been so grateful to be with us. His gratitude shines every day. So we get that on a daily basis.
So I guess he was adopted.
Yep.
And he's like, tell him about that adopt a dog. I guess you weren't sure about him and you were thinking about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, you got to talk about the adoption part. People need to hear about the adoption part.
Oh my gosh. We wondered, we were like, he must have had a really horrible life before because the gratitude that we get it's high level.
So his mission, what he wants you to know, or listeners to know, is that when you get the right dog, don't get just any dog. That get the right dog, because this is what happened. I guess there was another dog you liked that was different than Barley, but it was more docile maybe. Okay. And it was, Barley wasn't what you expected you were going to get. He's like showing me this, that you got this dog that was a little bit more wiggly, but for whatever reason you knew. And Barley, you knew that this was the dog for you. What Barley is saying is that he wants people to know is keep going until you get the right dog, because it's going to turn out really good. And if you had gotten a different dog, I guess there was something else, like you almost went somewhere else or whatever. I mean, you can think about it and add to if it comes, or if you want to share it. Some people don't want to, but
that makes sense because you did all the research though.
So he says that by taking him home, you were the right dog, or maybe it was the people placing you. They were thinking he was going to go somewhere else and they gave him to you.
That very well could be. Yeah.
Okay.
So Barley, that's important to Barley because he was placed with you and and he loves it. He just is like exuberant, loves it. You're the best people. And he said that Rat was a little wide-eyed and has been very gracious and welcoming.
That's hilarious because the rat and the bear were very, very close friends. And I think it was a big transition. I mean, losing the bear was hard, and especially for Rat. And he was kind of standoffish at first, but now they're quite close now.
They came to an understanding.
Definitely.
They came to an understanding, and Rat says he lets me have my space. He had to learn about it. I guess like leave him alone.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
The rat sleeps a fair amount of the day. So, Barley
wants to play all the time, and Rat only wants to play when he wants to play, very rarely.
Okay. Do you have any questions for either Rat or Barley or me about any of this?
Is Leica comfortable? Like, does he need anything from me, like me to get anything extra for him? Like, we have him on a couple of, just stuff as you age, you give him.
He'll be 16 in a couple of weeks. So.
I mean, is he comfortable? Is there anything further we can do to make him comfortable, as a elderly dog?
Yeah. So he would like more of those treats that you make. The one. Sorry, that's easy. No, seriously.
Blowing it, dude. I'm sorry.
He's showing me the dish with it melted. It's not like the whole thing, but he likes to just like lick around the dish. So it's like, when a frozen treat starts to melt.
Yeah.
And around the sides, it gets liquid, but it's frozen in the center.
Yes.
It's like if you took the liquid that's starting and you poured that in a dish and let him lick a little here and there. He's like, oh, that would be so good. He's the dish to lick it, the liquid part.
Yeah, I think you've made that clear. That's hilarious.
Seriously. And so I'm going to ask him why. So if for anyone who's interested in animal communication and you want to work with an animal communicator, try and get as specific as possible.
Okay.
And I feel like he does have a sensitive tummy, and that as he's aging, he is he's more sensitive, and I think he likes it because it also makes him feel better. Whatever's going on with his gut, that it feels good. It's
well, that's amazing.
It's not just like, oh, I want something sweet, I want a treat, but I think your products and people benefit from a healthy gut.
That's amazing. And we go so far. It's not that we just have prebiotics and digestive enzymes in our product. We actually have something called Optagest by In Clover Research. They're an amazing pet supplement company. The founder was in prebiotics research for humans for years. She's a biochemist, and it is proven effective that the prebiotics grow the pet's native bacteria for healthy stools, less gas, and the digestive enzymes help them absorb food. So, it's not like we actually intentionally, we had probiotics in it for years, and we took them out because we believe this is an effective solution that's been proven. Probiotics it felt way more swirly for us. So that's cool.
The feeling that I get from the rat is like when you talk about the swirly, and I have felt that in dogs when I get a feeling from them that they're having digestive issues, or myself, if I've eaten, I know what that's like to have, I ate the wrong foods, my stomach doesn't feel good.
Yes.
But what Rat's showing me is sort of like the ocean when it's totally flat.
Oh.
And so that, but when whether it's an animal or a person, has a healthy gut, it's like everything is like a flat, calm ocean. And that is what Rat is saying, that he finds the treats help him maintain that in his senior. And I don't know if they've done studies on longevity in dogs and the gut and the effect of these prebiotics that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I think it would be interesting because Rat's showing me that he feels better even with a small amount.
That's amazing. Wow.
That's what he's showing me. That's why he wants a little bit, because he feels better.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait till Rebecca sees this from In Clover Research, because how cool is that? Okay. Wow.
Yeah, because I know that people like senior dogs and the ones I talk to, they more often people come and they're showing things like hips and joints.
Yes.
And sometimes there's growths in the body.
Yeah.
But I've never had a conversation with a senior dog where I've had an image that the gut, when it feels better, it makes them feel better as a senior dog. And I think that would be interesting to see if they just tested a prebiotic on a senior dog.
Yeah.
So did you taste, in testing your products, did you do taste tests with dogs?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 So when we were making it, I mean, it was a long road. We were making it for years and years and years. And we did a ton of events and things. And yeah, we would use that as like we would do the Furry Scurry in Denver, which has like 10,000 dogs. And so we would do a ton of tests, and we did farmers markets, that type of thing back in the early days until we really nailed it. Yeah.
Interesting. And would you keep like, 10 likes for this one, or, these dogs flock? How did you know which ones were the winners?
We didn't have that many flavors, and it was it was pretty obvious.
Oh, wow. So Barley's back. Barley, there was a bit of a break. Barley. Okay. So is there a grandma in the picture there?
Yeah, she lives with us. My mom lives with us.
He's very fond of her.
Really?
Yeah. So they have an understanding. Yeah. He wanted to bring her up for some reason,
That's hysterical, because I wouldn't have known that.
Okay. So Barley, what's the deal? Okay. Yeah. He's working on her. And, okay, he wants you to help teach her about what his stuff means.
Oh, okay.
Because he said that he loves it here, and he loves her too, and they have a lot of fun. He says, but sometimes because she hasn't known the messages that the two of you talk about with Barley, that she's trying to figure it out and misunderstands it.
Okay, amazing.
So it's like he wants to fix something. I don't know what he wants to fix. It's hard because she's not here.
Yeah.
And so Barley, we're gonna leave that alone for them.
We'll give that message to Oma.
He wants you to teach her about giving things to, whether it's to toys or that. I guess she doesn't know the same games you do on how to interact with him with like giving stuff. So he wants you to help them figure out some things.
That's amazing and hysterical, because wow. Okay.
Okay. So, but Barley, anything else about Megan and Matt or the business? He says, I love the treats. Everyone.
Or the boys.
The boys. Who are the boys, Barley? Who are the boys? I hear noise. The boys are noise. Barley's relationship with the two of you is based on behavior, and the training him, or not necessarily how you interact and you talk to him and you touch him and physical, that part of the relationship. The boys are all about noise, and Barley has to figure out how to understand what's going on based on the noise, and he's still trying to decipher that.
Gotcha.
The noise is like, he doesn't know what it means because it changes so fast. I guess these are your boys and they're young.
Yes.
And so he doesn't know whether a noise is a good noise, a bad noise, what it means, whether he needs to go check it.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what the noise means.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when he's in another room and he hears them, and he might be having a great time with you. Or he might be engaged doing something, and he hears this noise and he's trying to make sense of, what do I do with this information?
Yeah, that's very interesting.
It's like
they are extremely loud. They're 8 and 5.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's just a lot of noise that he's like, he doesn't know what to do with it. He hasn't understood it. Like, that's the doorbell, that's the gate, that's the car. It's all just noise.
Yeah, they're very high energy.
And one has a high pitched scream sometimes that we're
working on.
Yeah, we're working on. But yeah, it could be like it's blood curdling screams almost.
He doesn't know what to do with that. That's interesting.
Harley.
I know in some, like when I trained a therapy dog. Like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to, and even in socializing, that, dog trainers will say, let them get used to the garbage truck, take them in different situations. And it's like, that's what he wants help on, is understanding what noises mean.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like with grandma, it's the hand movements that he
Okay.
wants help with making sense of, for whatever reason, what she's doing, how she's moving her hands.
Wow.
Are
Okay.
you worn out from talking about that, Barley? Do you want to add anything? No, you're done. Okay. So no, they do say they're done. So, but they will tell me, they say, give Matt a turn. So Matt, what do you want to add? Do you have anything you want to talk about or add to about the treat company? Because I know people love to learn about good, healthy dog treats. Or
just that this has really been, as far as the company is concerned, an amazing ride for, I know Meg, but myself included. I'm so happy to work with people like, who have dogs. I've always had dogs throughout my entire life. And, even getting a complaint here and there, like I love talking to our customers, and I love hearing about their dogs, and, hearing what they like and how they eat it, and, how much joy it brings them.
Yeah.
To be a part of people's lives like that really means a lot to me. It really does touch my heart. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, your timing, to have planned this, really, it's been a part of your life since you were a child, and the connection that you had with your own dog. But the timing is now, it's sort of amazing that you created this company years ago. You started it and laid the foundation. And now people are so aware of feeding their dogs, raw and healthy food. And now to get so specific about the gut care and to give our dogs a healthy frozen treat, on a hot day or any time of day.
Melted.
Melted, yes. Thanks for that. We know it's good melted. Probably slightly warmed. but the timing is like, you followed your own intuition in a way, and hung in there with this company you believed in. And now it's something that people are actually looking for and talking on Clubhouse about good treats for their dogs and healthy treats. So I'm excited for you both. And your dog.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to add, Megan, to help people?
This has been incredible. I mean, seriously, the fact that Barley, Leica and all his specific feedback about marketing and sales of the company, I had no idea. And also the fact that Barley wants to communicate more specifically with my mom is hysterical. Wow. I mean, and then the gut health, the longevity in dogs, and how that could possibly even turn into a research study. I can't wait to talk to Rebecca about it. But no, this has been
really awesome.
Mind blowing.
Yes.
Great. Well, I appreciate your time. Pardon?
We can't wait to share it with our followers and the people that we know who have, been around for so long. So they're going to love this.
Well, good. Because, for me and anybody else who wants to tune into their intuition, and, I don't know if you know Jamie Kern-Lima, who just built a company also and has a book out, Believe It, and talks about the journey that you two have also experienced, hanging in there for years because you believe in something. And she trusted her gut, and you both did that. And I love it about, taking care of our gut. And your dogs talking about, taking care of their gut helps them too. So I just appreciate the attention and that you were willing to share with us and the listeners about gut health. So it's important. So I wish you all the best. It'll be exciting to see the new products coming. Do you have a time frame?
We're kind of final testing. So
summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Summerish.
Something to look forward to.
Yes.
That's great. I appreciate that. And Barley, it'll be fun to see Barley everywhere.
Yeah, it will.
Rat will like the peace and quiet.
So he will.
Share the stage so he can get a walk. Well, all the best to you both. I hope you'll stay in touch.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So one last thing though, if people want to find your products,
yes,
Cool Treats for Dogs.
Yep. .com.
Cool Treats for Dog. And do you have a location on there that shows
We
where to
do.
find them?
Yep. And just, we are in Whole Foods nationally. We're in a ton of independent pet stores. And then we're in regional grocery stores like Publix and Wegmans and Harris Teeter.
Mhm.
Wow. Congratulations. Because those are not easy places to get to. And so you must have good treats or these big companies wouldn't have taken you. So much kudos to you both. The Bear and the Rat, you're on Instagram if you want to follow the fun and the connection with dogs and their treats. And I'm Liz Murdoch. You can find me at talkingwiththedogs.com if you want me to talk to your dog and find out what it wants you to know.
You need to.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
amazing.
Totally cool.
Okay. Have a great day.
Thanks, Liz.
Thanks, Liz.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Ready to find out what your dog wants you to know? Visit talkingwiththedogs.com, book an appointment with me, and we'll find out.
Thanks for tuning in to Talking with the Dogs. Hope today's episode made you want to understand your own dog better and appreciate that every dog has a story and something to say. Subscribe now for more dog stories and insights into animal communication and what it's like to be a dog whisperer. Review this episode on Apple Podcasts or follow Talking with the Dogs on Instagram or Facebook and sign up for a chance for you and your dog to be a guest on the show. Whatever you do, I hope you'll spend time talking with the dogs.